Hi, I'm Sue Boo bringing crafting to you, and today is the second part of the quadruple Zfold card. So we are now doing the cutting part. So I've still got it on my screen ready to do the cutting part. Now I recommend, because the way I design, and I like to stick to these colours where I design with a white background, and if I'm doing layers, I'll do blue or green, whichever way round, and then stick some yellow in as well. So I recommend you do yourself a key. So I've actually done myself a key. I am undecided about my yellow at the moment, but I'm going to go for the white's going to be in Rococo Rose, the blue's going to be in Blushing Bride, my green is going to be the DSP, and at yellow at the moment I'm going to Sahara Sand, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to do it in Blushing Bride. So I'm just going to see how it goes as I'm going along to what I think. So I'm hoping you'll be able to see it go better through this time. So the first thing we're going to do is press make, of course. So let me get my mouse. Where is it? There. So we go up, we press make, and then you click on your, oh, sorry, it's out of view. You click on matte. Then you go down to the bottom where it says confirm, and then it gives you your first thing. Now, it doesn't always cut in the order you'll think. So in this case, it's doing it correctly this time. It's doing my base of the card, and then my next one there ready will be the strips. So them two that I've done in white are now going to be done in Rococo Rose. So here's my mat. I'll just close up so that you've got a little bit more space. It's very difficult to have this. So I've got a whole piece of Rococo Rose. Now, my mat is losing its sticky. So I tend to hold it down with washi tape. So I'm going to put some washi tape on it. And I'll show you, it will be in 4 places. There we go. And I need to brayer it down. Now, what have I done with my brayer? There it is. So you want to be giving it a good brayer down. So I do highly recommend that you get a brayer, because it really helps, because you really need to make sure your card is well and truly down to get you the good cuts. Right, I'll open my lid back up. Right, so we've got that on the screen. So what we need to do is we need to click on continue. Okay, so we've got continue. Now, I've just noted that, I don't know whether this was here before, but I've just got this to bookmark now, which is the medium cardstock, which I normally cut medium cardstock. But as your blade starts to get a bit duller, because I do cut continually with cardstock, what I have found is their intricate cut to passes. So I went into Brownsville Materials to find it, and then just press that icon there. So I'll just show you. So for example, if I was going into Browse Materials and I've got light cardstock, all you do is click on that to turn it green. So I could go on to insert cards. If I click on that and turn it green, there it went green. When I come out of the settings, so there, I close it down. Can you see? I just closed that down. You will now see that I've got insert on my bookmarks. So every time I load my machine design space up and go into set materials, I will have insert cardstock always there. So I'll get rid of that later because I rarely use insert cardstock. But so one I want to choose because, as I say, my blade is starting to dull. I'm going to go on to medium cardstock. Now it's 1 tin because we're going to score, remember, and the Joy doesn't do scoring with a normal scoring blade. You have to use the foil blade. So I ignore moving of the star wheels. You move them if you are doing foil. I'm not doing foil, so I'm just going to tell that I've got it. Now, the default pressure, I'm actually, because it's going to go through twice on mine, I'm actually going to use less pressure this time. Okay, so it will cut twice, but it will use less pressure. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we've braided the card through and we need the foil tool. So I'm just going to grab my foil tool out. Forgot to get it out. So I've got to take out my blade now. So let's see, can you, just going to move my machine up there like that. So you've got, let's see, I'll put it there until I'm cutting. So you just unclip, just hold it with your fingers, pull it out, and I'm going to put my scoring tool in. So you just drop that in, then click it shut. I'm going to put that down flat again. Make sure my wire's not in the way, and I don't want my mouse either. So how I put it in, so I want you to make sure you are absolutely seeing this. So I force it so that I'm keeping it in line with this here, and it's got to go under these two. So I think you can't see the other one at the moment, but I keep it so that it's going under this one. As you can see, I've touched over the sensor, so I push it to that side, then whoops, I wasn't quick enough, so mine's spinning the other way now. So is it going? No, right, so I'll put it over again and it'll go the right way. So I push it to the left hand side to keep it straight. Okay, so it goes in, goes out. Now if it goes in funny, you will always get that pause, which can pause and unload. Okay, so all we've got to do in the bottom corner, we click go, and then it's preparing it. You can see it's preparing it. So it's 100% transferring. It's now doing the score lines that I want. Okay, so you don't take your card out or release it. Don't press, go straight away until you've changed your blade. So we've now got to put our fine point blade in. So we just undo that, take out the foil blade, put back in. Now I'm just gonna check my blade because I have cut out something sticky. So click it in, you heard that click, and then all we do then is click on go. So get my mouse the right way. Where are we? Let's see, there we go. So we click on the go, and that now is transferring, and that will now cut. So now it is going to go round it twice because I have done it so that it'll do it twice, but less pressure, remember. This is because my blade, as I say, is dulling. Okay, it's gone through twice. So it's done the 2 passes, and it's telling me to move my star wheels back, but remember I didn't move them. So there it's telling me to move them, but I didn't move them because I was using my full blade to score with. So I just unload, okay, and it just unloads, and then all I do is I bend my mat to release my card. Okay, and I'm just going to put my washi tape up. There, my washi tape. I'm going to take off my card. It's starting to fetch all my card up. Okay, so I put that. You can see I have cut into the washi tape because where it was, this often happens when it's so close to the top, but I just take that off. Okay, and that's ready to put on one side for the rest of the things. Now, because I've just cut the sticky, I'm just gonna look on my blade to just wipe it, and I'm only wiping it with my fingers carefully. Don't go cutting yourself, don't rub it up and down to cut yourself. Okay, right, so now I have got the second one to cut, which is also the Cocoa Rose. So I just need another whole sheet, just 1 minute. So we're putting that on. So again, and I alternate my mat. So I've now got centimetres at the top. Okay, so again, I put one at the top, one down the side, one down the other side, and then one at the bottom. Okay, and then we give that, I'll shut that up a minute, give it a good brayer down, making sure you get all your card and in every space. Okay, and I move it along and do some more. Okay, so you're really forcing it down. Okay, and I'm going to open my lid back up. Now, come on, whoops, what's happened there? Where's it gone? That's it. Right, so again, it's asking me what cardstock, so I'm just going to go to my medium with the 2 passes, remember. Again, it's asking me to move the star wheels because I need to score first, so I'm just going to tell it I've got it. But before I do anything else, I've got to change my blade, so take out my blade and put in my foil blade. So look, the foil tools like that. Okay, and then we need to also change, I'm changing this now. When you've got a brand new machine and a brand new blade, you can leave it on default. Okay, you don't need more pressure, and you can just use the normal £80 cardstock if you're using £80 cardstock, whatever you're using. I've explained why I'm using it. So again, I push in, and I was confused about this at the start because I didn't see anywhere that said, now put in your mat. So it's just when it comes onto this setting that it tells you that you're putting your foil tool in, you're putting your foil on, which we're not in this case, and then you load your mat into your machine. I didn't realise that, couldn't see it. And it's when you go over that sensor. So again, I push to the left, push it over into that side, and as soon as it grabs, I let go. Okay. Of course, if it's gone in wonky, it'll come up on pause that you can click and take your mat out and realign it. But if you do that, as you can hear, every time I put mine in, doing that, it works and you don't get a messy board. So now I go to go. So that's the way I've done it, and I've been running this board for a long time. As you can see, no corner curls, no nasty edges on either side of my board. It's fine. So this is doing my scoring. What that is on my board. Okay, so it looks so it's finished with my scoring. So I've got to take out my score blade, put in my cutting blade. So that has showed me on here, sorry, there, that showed me on here that if I was doing the foiling, I'd need to remove my foil, but I don't. So now I've put my blade in, so I can press go. Now, I think I did do the lesson, I did do 2 passes, hopefully. So it will begin to do. Yeah, I've done 2 passes, and hopefully I did less pressure. It's funny how it's done the 3, but it's got that far side one to do before it's finished, which is going to cut into the tape. Right. Okay, so there we go. Down the side, across the top, but it's going to cut into the tape. There we go. So now that's number 2 done. So now it's telling me to move my star wheels, which we don't need to do, so I can just unload. Okay, so I can just unload. So again, I have cut over, so you bend your board away from you. Okay, you can see how easy mine comes off because it's getting old. Okay, so and you can just see how lovely they are popping out. So I'm really impressed with doing what I'm doing because it was starting to stick. So because my blade was going duller, but doing it 2 passes with less pressure works out perfectly. So I'm very happy with that. So I'll look and check on my pieces. As you can see, I've cut in to my is it just on that bit, so and that bit there. Right, so again I'll just put those ready, but again I'm going to fetch my blade out because again I can see now. Can you see there is a bit of sticky there? Can you see it? So I'm just going to carefully take that. Now I'm not pushing my fingers down, I'm going along the blade. So I'm going along the blade so I'm not cutting into me. You could do it with some alcohol, with a cloth or something if you were frightened that you were going to stab yourself. Right. Right, so the next one is number 3. So I'll go hover over. So if you hover over it, brings it up. Now, I have put that I was going to use Sahara sand. So I'm just going to have a look. So first and foremost, I'll have my card base, and this will be going on top like this with equal spaces. I'm going to use this. I've got a small piece. I'm going to use this will be down the sides, so it'll be down the sides like that. But I'm going to have underneath, I will be having my Blushing Bride at the side. So actually I'm going to decide that I'm going to put Blushing Bride on there. Although what my thoughts were that I've got a sentiment that's also Blushing Bride, and that's why yes, that's why I decided on Sahara Sand. Right, now I'll just pop those out of the way. So this is my design process, as you can hear me think things out. Right, now I've only got small pieces of Sahara Sand, so it has automatically all put them at the top like that. Now I can see, let's just hover over again, I can see that I need to have at least 2.5 inch piece. So I look at here, and I have to use my board for this, and see, yes, we're definitely going to be able to get some out of that. Okay, now there, look, I can get some out of there. So what I've got to do is I have got to press edit. Sorry, there we go, edit. And that brings my board up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start dragging these pieces down. Okay, so I'm going to drag those pieces down. And let's see, I think I'll get one more there. Yeah, so as you can see, I've got just one piece here. Now I'm going to leave that piece there, and remember, pardon me, remember that it's at 5, okay, and it needs to be at least 7.5. Right, so what I do is I've got this first piece, and then let's just tuck that there. So I've got this piece, and I've got this other piece. I'm going to put it before 5, just. So I'm going to stick it before 5 and after 7. I'm hoping that that is in the right place. So I've got 2 pieces. So one will cut me down here majority, and just one on here. So I will need to get some more tape, because not only will I need the tape on this side and this side, and I'm perhaps going to put a little bit more tape on than, because we're cutting all the way down, so I'm going to be putting some tape across the top of this one too, and I'm gonna, so I'll show you all the places the tape is if you can't see. Now this is something I've decided to do a lot of the time. I re-put my washi tape back on the washi tape spool, and this keeps it sticky, stops it from getting dirty, and it's easy to find where you've got it. There, got 2 knots on there, as it sticks onto the back of each other. Yeah, that can go there. It's not so important about this because it's just the top bit. Okay, so I've done those, and then again you want to give them a good brayer, so on this side as well, a good brayer. Okay, right, so again I can open up, so let's see what it's saying. So once you have rearranged your pieces, you need to click done. Okay, you've then got to choose your cardstock. So remember, I'm using the £80 one, cutting twice, using less pressure. You would just use, if you was using good cardstock, you would be using the £80 with one, and it doesn't say it's one, it just automatically does one. Okay, so I've got all that set up, so we're ready. Push in, to my left hand side, making sure that it goes under both of these at either side against here. Push, oops, no, I didn't click my blade in. So when it starts off, just leave it, and you can hear when it changes, and then it'll stop. So it sucks it in, sucks it back, and then it'll stop like it's done now. So because I wasn't quite ready, because of my blade, I'm going to go again. So I'm pushing, and we're going to do to that side. In it goes. There we go. So it's going in and going out. And then we're going to press on go. Okay, so we'll press on go. Right, there we go. There we go. So there, on go. Okay, so off it goes. And it will do all the cutting out. So remember, mine will go twice. Okay, so there we go. We're going to unload. There we go. So it will unload. And then again, we'll just bend the card back. And I just, while I'm doing this bit, I'll just put them there for till we finish totally with them. But they are just popping out so beautiful. I love it. Okay, so I'm just going to get these off. This one again has got my cut into my tape, so got to pull that off. Let's get these off. So, that's, if you're not careful enough, you start to rip your card. That's it, right. Just one more off. Okay, move those out of the way. There. So we've got 8 pieces of those. Right, again, I'm just going to fetch my blade out. Oh, there's another piece of it there. I'm going to fetch my blade out because I've cut into that, and I'm just going to check it again. So there is a bit on it. That's it, because it won't cut well, and don't forget to click it back in place because I didn't do that. Right, now my green, I've wrote my key, is my DSP, so I'm going to get my DSP. Right, behind me. Now the DSP, whoops, don't want that. DSP, haven't got any pieces, so I need to get a whole piece. There we go. In fact, I've got 2 out there. So I've got my DSP. I only want one of them, and I do need to cut it down because you can check how much you need. So this is our next one, so I'm just going to hover over it. It's our number 4. Come on, hover over. It's not going to let me do that, is it? So why is it not? Normally that's better. When you hover over it, it comes up on your screen. I know I need something bigger than 5 and bigger than 7. So I'm just going to get my trimmer. And it's bigger than 5 going across. So I'm going to move that out of the way so I don't put that on. So close my lid up so I've got a little bit of space. So I'm going to do 5.5. So I'm just going to cut this at 5.5 all the way down. And I don't know whether I've just been foolish because no, it'll be all right. I've done. I would have preferred to have done it the other way, but it doesn't matter. Right, so centimetre side this time. So put it on. Okay, we're going to use the tape. Just make sure down there. And I'm going to put one at the bottom. Again, we're going to brayer this down. Right, now this one, this is DSP, but as I've told you, my blade, oh yes, DSP, no, hang on, have I done that right? The green is the DSP. I think that's, well, I've put that right. I'm just going to check, so I'm going to cancel, so I'm just going to have to check, so I'm cancelling. Let's put where you can see I've cancelled it at the bottom because I'm just double checking, because it's always better. So I'm going to cancel here. The green is my DSP, so the blue's the background. As I say, it cuts not in order, so I did put green DSP, so I was right. So I'm going back up to make. Now I will have messed mine up because I've got to go back on the mat, then back to confirm. And it's now going to start again. So I ignore that and I'm going to go down to the green. So this is a good way if you need to recut something. So we got up to number 4 and it was the green cut. So I'm just going to click on the green and that's all you need to do. That's now going to go. I can then press continue. And this time the material is DSP, so it's a light cardstock. So I'm going to press light cardstock. However, I'm going to put more pressure because, as I say, my blade is dulling. So I haven't got the option to send it twice round, so I'm putting more pressure. So again, we're going to put it in. Move my mouse out of the way. So we're making sure we push in to that side. Let it go in. Keep having to move things out of my way. Don't forget you can pause it if it went in wrong, but then it'll go down into the corner to press go. Oh, there we go, go. Okay. So I'll move my mouse out of the way, move my laptop out of the way, and off it goes. So this will be quicker because it'll only be going in round ones. That's it. And then it'll want me to unload it. Look, where are we? There, sorry. Unload. There we go. Unload. Right, because I would have expected, what I would have expected then is for my my layer to be cut. That's what I would, my card layer that I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'd have thought that it was going to do. So put these out. Now, as you're going along, you can see whether you like what's going off or whether you want to change. So far, I'll just move that out of the way. So I've got my two end panels, and these panels will be in the middle. Yeah, and I think, and this is going to sit on the top. Yeah, I am going to still pull that in. Yeah. So I can see I definitely want to do that. So I'm going to pull in my blushing bride now. So I'm going to do the centimetre one this time. So I'm just double checking. I'm just going to double check the size. So I'm going to hover over. Now it shows you a little tick. There you go. You see a little tick, that's showing it's done. Now I would have had ticks all the way down, and that's what you'll get when you cut the file. But this blue one here now only needs to be 7 inches down, and that, I think that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna have plenty of room for that. So we'll just get this down. I'll put it down there. Okay, so again, get the brayer. Now keep checking your brayer, because you do pick up loads of fluff and sticky stuff, and you don't want to be getting this on your surface of your card that you're going to be using. So I often just keep checking my brayer to make sure it's all right, and give it a good brayer down. Pick all sorts up. Okay, okay, right, there we go. Okay, then we're back to the cardstock. So we are now going to go back to my, because of my dull blade, I'm going to go back to the medium cardstock. I'm going to go for less pressure there, and we're ready to pop it in. So again, push it under those two to that side and let it go. That's it, it's going to go in and go out, and then it's going to start when we press go. So there we go. So down in that corner I've got go. Oops, helps if I put my mouse the right way up. So there we go, go. Now it's preparing. It will suck it in. So this one. Two. And across. And again. Lovely. Okay, it's done its 2 passes, and we click to unload. Okay, there we go. So again, send your card away, and they're nicely coming out because they're cut very nicely. Again, look, I've ended up cutting into my washi tape. So again, I will pull out my blade, examine it, just make sure get any sticky off, pop it back in and click it closed. Okay, so of course if you're not using washi tape because you've got new mats, then you don't get that. You don't have to worry about that. But as I say, my mat is really losing its sticky. I'm going to try and wash it. I did try some Windoline, and I think it did stick it a bit better for a very short period of time, but I'm going to next try the washing up liquid bit and just clean it over with a sponge and leave it tear dry, and then I'll see what that's like, and I'll let you know. Right, so now, because this is a good way to show you, because I stopped the program halfway through, you can now see it's gone back to the beginning and wanting to cut one again. This won't happen to you if you just go straight through and cut everything like normal, but I didn't. So if you need to do what I did and stop it and go back out and look at your project, then what all you need to do once you've cut out and you know you've got those pieces is you just go down to your cancel. Where am I? There we go. Just go down to cancel, and in the top it will say, do you want to cancel the cut? And you just say yes. Well, it will still be there because it will then give you a chance to continue in case you've done it by mistake. So you then need to press cancel again, and then that brings you back to your picture of your project. Okay, so my next video will be all about assembly. However, just a quickie, I will show you, I'm just going to go to home and I will show you flowers for the card. So what I've done is I've done some of these flowers, and I've done a best wishes, and is it on here? If I go to customize, you'll be able to, customize, you'll be able to see there, and I'm gonna bring, oh, I want to bring them all up, so I'll just bring them all up there. Unlocking my eye, I'll bring them all up. Right. So what I did with this, move that out of the way. I've got my 3 flowers, and I've got a best wishes. And to get a background on the best wishes, all I did was go to edit, and then I just clicked on making the effect, and I just left it at the standard and pressed apply. So what I'll do is I'll do it for you so you can see. So I'd chosen my best wishes to start with and decided how big I wanted my font. So I've had it 4.52. I think I might have gone smaller than that, I think. Let's just, where's my offset? Right, let's do, see if I turn that green. No, it's, yeah, you can see it now. Right, I've turned that green. What I did, my best wishes, you saw the black one there. I have done it smaller than that, so I made it smaller than that. But if you want, I will put this, what I've done, on so you can get it off Design Space, what I've actually done. But what you would normally do to get what I've done is you go into your offset. So you click on your offset, and then it was just 0.25, and I just put apply. Okay, and then all I did was turn that. I decided I wanted it pink, so I turned it to pink. Okay, now that will cut out, so it will cut out 2 separate things there, you see. So it'll cut the background, and it will also cut this out. So I cut the background out with my card, and I did my best wishes in vinyl. Beautiful. So lovely. So I've got that there. Now what I do to save waste on when I do something like this, when you cut just this out with vinyl, you have to cut round it and then weed it. But what I like to do instead is I go to my shapes, I just click on a square and make the square bigger than the image. So where's my image gone? So make the square bigger than my image. So about there. Make it bigger than, make it bigger than my image. There. And you can't see it because it's black on black. So what I do is I put them together and I attach them, okay, so that they will be together. Now I'll change the colour, so I'm going to change that to blue, and it's not shown it, has it? I should have done something else, so I should have actually, while it was in that state, let's just undo it. Yeah, while it's in this state, I'm going to click on the back and I'm going to click on edit. So click on edit in that top corner, and then you're going to go to arrange and then bring forward. Now you can barely see that, but you can see it a bit. So I make my square bigger, so go over it there. There we go. So I make it bigger and then attach it. Okay, so not all of it, it's picked up everything. Just make sure when you're attaching things, I sometimes just go across like that and attach, because if you're not careful, you can, if you pick up something else, it will be attaching that and you don't want it to. So I'm going to change the colour and then you'll be able to see. So I'm going to put it to blue, and you can see now that I've got a square, and what that actually does is it will cut out all your best wishes, but it will put a square around it. Then I'm able to peel this off, because I use smart vinyl. I'm able to put it through without my mat, and then just peel this off and just deal with this area. If I hadn't put it away, I would have showed you. So that means that I can continue to use my matless rather than having to put it on a mat, because if you start cutting bits off, then you'll have to use your mat. Now I wanted to use it without my mat. Well, I'm going to delete it. In fact, I'm going to undo all them moves, but that's how I did that one. So I'm just going to undo everything. Now I'm just going to get rid of it. Yeah, there we go. So that's what I started off with. I actually made it. Is that might be the one? Yeah. Now let me talk about this bit. So when I offset it, you can see there is two little pieces here, and I didn't want those. So you go down while you've got it highlighted and you press on contour. Then it will show you this, and all you do is just click on those two pieces. That's there. Click on those two pieces and press apply, and then it gets rid of those pieces, so you don't have that. And then this best wishes, look, fits beautifully on top, and then that is how I got that. Now it doesn't matter whatever colour you've got that, because it doesn't pick up colours, so it's whatever colour you put in. So I did change mine to the golds, but it's irrelevant, because if you're just wanting to see what each colour looks like, then it's better to try and put your colours in you want, but that's that. So of course, when you've done everything, you just press your save and save it to a folder so that you can use all different devices with it, which I have done. Right, so that's it until I do the the video now on putting it together, and that will be alive. So thank you very much for dropping by. Do stay safe, do stay well. Bye for now.